curious people, welcome to another episode of Curious Minds. I am your host for today, Ospa Sugi, and I'm sure you guys have missed me on here, but not to worry, I am back and better on your screens. And I thought my God have been holding it up in my absence, right?
Yes.
I know you know them already, but let me just give them a brief introduction. So my right here I have
Clara
and my left here I have
Kingsley Vanessa.
So today, without much ado, we're going into today's topic, which I find very relatable, passionate, and something engaging. I can all, see what it's about. And this is first times, meaning our first time. So basically, it's a part of everything in this life, first time, whether the ugly, the good, the bad. So we're telling you how it was for us, our experience, our pressure of it, and how we handled it or how we did not handle it. So now, let's get into it. So now, the very first one I would say is failure. So your first failure, if you can recall. So let me start with Clara.
I think my first failure would be when I was in secondary school. I think JSS3 or JSS1, I can't really remember. It was when I failed math. And I think not all of us, but most of us should at least relate to that because math was one of the subjects that a lot of us struggled with. So I remembered when I think it was during exam period and I think mathematics was our first subject. So it's like it actually was our teachers would have already marked our subjects, our exam papers. So during the exam, we were now pressuring our math teacher during that time that she showed us our math result that we wanted to see it. That's how that's when the review did. Oh my goodness. It felt bad. I felt bad, but now I can laugh about it because it not really affect me because my continuous assessment was good and all of that. But then I came out with below 10. Below 10. About what? About 16.
Oh, chill.
About 16. And that was the first time I was shocked because I didn't expect that. Because how will I get that? No, as far I'm one of the best students. So it was really, really shocking. So to be honest, I can laugh about it now, but at that time I was not laughing about it. I was sad. So that was my first time experiencing failure, and since then I've told myself that never again because that feeling.
But what made you feel? Didn't you prepare enough, or all the circumstances around you?
Mathematics now it's not even about it's not even about preparing enough. I just feel like a lot of teachers, the examples they will give in class will be very simple.
Exactly.
The assignment will be very simple, but then the exam comes and then just it looks foreign. What's this question? This is not what we're taught. Exactly.
Yes.
So I think that's the reason why. But that's fine.
So Vanessa, do you have anyone in mind?
The same mathematics, but it was during common entrance. So I failed maths and I did well in other subjects. So when the result came out, my sister was like, I think then they saw my result and was like, I failed maths. So I was really sad because I felt like since I failed mathematics, I won't be able to go to that particular secondary school because they carry mathematics as their main thing you get. So then they were not I can't sit for it again. Then when I looked I can sit for it again, I was like, they should help me to remove the mathematics. Just that because math was looking somehow different. No quantitative reasoning, mathematics, everything was just jamming together. So my sister was like, Vanessa, just calm down. You can do this. I think the first result was 8/40. So I think.
Wow.
And the second one was, I think, we had 20 something, Sha. I was like, the Sha doesn't let my people go as far as the other subjects. They're very okay, you understand? Mathematics should not be a problem, but a reason to now say, this particular person does not know book or something. So it's just mathematics. I felt like after that particular day, my mom has taken lessons teacher for me for mathematics. So I feel like, but now I'm not still good in maths, but at least I can calculate money.
So my own first time, I think all of us based on academics, all of us. My first time was while in uni days. I think I was in the second year, I was in 200 level. And then you know how you always say your first year, make sure your CGPA is high so that you will not fall off, so that you can make your CGPA and all of that. So 200 level, I think I resumed late a particular year. That was the whole time that they were having these old NSAS. So we're very unsafe to travel that time. It was very unsafe to travel. So that was almost a month. I could not go to school. because I was coming from a far place. My school is in Ado-Ekiti and I'm in Lagos, so it was very very. It's asking for me. All my people asking, why not coming back to school? What's going on? Started exam, started test, started this and that. You can't write test for you. People are telling themselves they are very strict against my school. So I've been very late and I try my best to put in all my effort in the exam so that I can cover up for the time I miss my attendance and the test. But when I saw the results, it wasn't obviously you can't compare someone that's been class in the beginning of the semester and someone that just entered in the middle. It was terrible. And I thought Z was subject, and like I was so close to having a carryover, like so close. But I think the lecturer knew me. I knew that old person. And this person, like person to like feel like, and who just pushed me to the D. So I was thinking that I was very very downcast. I was like, oh, what if I got to this F? Like, will I carried over this course? And something that has not happened to me for my entire life. Do you get? And it really brought me back in my CGPA. Do you understand? So I felt I was. You would think something happened to me. I think I lost somebody. Like it was a lot for me honestly, and it took a lot to get back on my feet. But I told myself that it's not as if it was based on my personal whatever that happened. I could not change it. I could not cry over spilled milk. You get what I had to do was focus on what is next and do better and make sure that such thing doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
You understand? Not that first failure, but thank God that at least it really affects or pull us back through.
Yeah. So talking about first failure, I know we all have our first experience, like spotlights and stuff. So what was your first experience?
Okay, so my first I can't really say. But I have just many first experiences. I feel like I never escape first times being on spotlight. It's always the first time that you was always, I don't know, but like my very first time was probably in primary school, but I can't really remember. So I'll think of a more recent one. Actually, first time in this podcast, I was very very nervous having this podcast. Being in front of camera, just saying, even preparing, even what you have to prepare already. You can't remember what you are saying. Do you understand? Like, what you prepare on your phone, that okay, so I want to read my outline, and then facing camera, facing people in front of you. Like, just a lot. And even my project defense too. When I was doing my project defense in school, it was me against the panel. There were like 5 judges, like, looking at me, my appearance, my hair, my speech, my introduction, everything was just a lot. And I was, I put on the spot, they were asking me questions. Even outside what you gave them, like, my project, my topic is human rights, and they're asking me questions on, like, maybe rape. Do you understand? So I was very, very I was very, very nervous, but, get through it.
How about you, Clara?
My first time on stage was actually when I was in primary school. I think most of us should actually I think our first time on stage on spotlight should be in primary school, or maybe we're in school then, because when during the end of the year that your teachers come and present something, come and present that. So I remember then it was like career distance, so all of us would come out to dress like I remember, yes, I remember I dressed like a doctor and you just talk about the profession. So I just feel like that one wasn't really that deep, because as children, we were very excited, so you will not really feel pressured or anything. But I would say that the first time I ever was pressured right on stage was when I was in secondary school. And I remembered the principal of then, like our principal then was like, choose me and another girl to like recite Bible verses on stage. So it was like a very long Bible verse. It's Psalm something, I can't remember, but I remember that it was Psalm something. So she said that we must learn it, memorize it, and then we'll say it on stage. Often.
Wow.
Often. And so it was very, very long. And I remember that I practiced this thing. It's not that I don't practice. I practiced it. But then when I was on stage, I was saying it. Then I was just like, something's going on. I can't remember something. I was jumping.
I think a pro tip to that is actually when you're in front of a crowd and you see something, look at their faces, don't look at their heads. When you look at their faces, someone looks at you and you're like, yes, it distracts
But
you.
it's not that you should imagine them being something else.
Yeah,
Something like that.
exactly.
Yes, I remember that I would say that, okay, I'll say verse 1, 2, 3, and then I would just jump to verse 5, and I'll jump to verse 8, you understand? So that's how it was, because I was like forgetting some things and all of that, but that was like the first time I was scared. Maybe I experienced fear on stage. So yeah.
My own first experience was actually primary school, during like end of the year party and stuff. I feel like that one is like a normal thing. It's like the first stage fright I had was my church, where we used to like have this day where we used to have this Children's Day party and stuff. So our dance instructor then, she'd always be like, I want you to be in front, you dance, you do this, you act drama, you do this one. So the first time, like the first role she gave me, I was like, I think I was a mother in that particular storyline. So it was kind of weird, do you understand? Because I didn't know how to like go about it. Do you understand? And then she was still like telling me, Vanessa has to be the one to do this thing. So it was somehow for me standing in front of so many people. Do you understand? And it was not just one service, it was two service. Do you get? I have to do it in the first service and the second
There's a
service.
more crowd to go
Do you
service
get?
than first service.
I know some people will just look at her and be like, hello, or anything. Do you understand? But if they come outside to do that particular thing, they won't be able to do it. So I was scared because I had to like play the role of a mother. I was like, what if I don't do it right? What if I do it right? But thank God, Sha, I did it and it came out nice. People loved it. So
I feel like it's normal that before you get on stage, you start having second thoughts and all of that. Like you might have been very, very prepared, but before you get on stage, you'll be like, can I really do this? Like I'm already shaking. Like me, for example, I would have prepared this, but once it's time for me to get on stage, my start
Exactly.
turning, and
Your hands are getting cold. Your fingers are shaking.
So that's how things are. Well, I just pray that all of us will be able to overcome that.
amen.
Because I feel like sometimes, though, honestly, I feel like something can never escape.
Yes,
And
to be honest.
it comes to a certain level that you have to be so confident. Even when you be confident, it's normal. It's human. Because I want to have emotions.
Because you can't say
Yeah.
you're over it.
Over it, yeah.
You
You
can
feel that,
overcome.
especially when it's like new people that
that you're not used to.
talking.
Mhm.
Yes,
Even if you are used to them, most times you still
Most
feel
times
that
you feel that pressure, that fear.
that fear of just comfort. Because some people's eyes can be so scary. You start look deep into your soul. Like
yeah.
what are you looking
And
at?
like they won't even show any emotion. They will just keep a straight face.
Do you get? So in
And
your
sometimes
mind,
it's like,
They're wondering,
am
am
I
I doing
doing
the right
something?
thing?
Exactly. Am I
Exactly.
doing something wrong or not? Bro, that's it. I also want us to talk about what was the first time you ever felt like an adult? Because I just feel like that's something that because me, but first, what's the first time you ever felt like an adult?
Okay, my first experience, I felt like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm a big girl. Was when I got my first job.
Okay.
I think I was 17, 18, that period. I got my first job and the salary was kind of okay to get. So I felt like I'm an adult. So there was a day I came back from work and then my mom was like, because in the first place, my mom and my sister were not actually so cool with me working because it felt like you're too young to have this type of experience. Do you get? So my sister was like, I'm here to provide for you. So I don't want you going out there to do. But I was like, I want to work. I want to be independent. I want to be this. I want to be that. I don't want to depend on anybody. So I got the job, and then I was working. I was receiving salary. So then my mom cooks something in the house and I don't like it. I'll just go out and buy whatever I want to. So my mom look at me and be like, what's a low this now? Don't worry, you're not a big girl now. But don't forget that you're still my baby. You're still on that age. You're still living in my house. You get, but I feel like I'm a big girl now. Just that because I'm making my own money. Because there's this vibe you get from making your own money. You get, you feel like yes, you can provide for your whatever need you want.
You have
You don't have to like
ask for help.
anybody or ask for help. Just understand? Or it was nice, Sha. It was nice. It was okay.
That's fine.
So for me, my first time adulting would be how I wish my own was job experience, but mine should be when because my parents are very, very strict. I maybe being the only female child made it, I think it to be because they used to restrict me from going anywhere. If I'm going anywhere, they say, okay, you follow her. If I'm going to my friend's house, they can say two men to follow me, and they'll wait for me to like, I'm done. Do you get? I'm like, my friends, they're always going out. My own friends, their friends are at home. This can be in Dubai today, this can be outside the country, and I always feel like I always feel so somehow that I'm an adult, let me go. Even if I can't be on bike, it took a lot rather. And okay, my first time would be when I started my internship because in my third and fourth year, I have to go to a firm to like have practical experiences. And then for the first week, my mom took me there to, I can get used to the public transport, I have to get there, I have to find my way there, And then she left me after a week, and next week I had to go myself. I had to cross the road for the very first time by myself. For the first time, I had to climb pedestrian bridges because I could not cross the road. But I also thought that, let me just face my fear because at that point, I used to say that, even at the bridge, they used to steal phones. There always bad boys there, can steal your phone, can take your bag. So that wasn't really much scared. Let me just cross the road myself. So I won't cross the road. I see people crossing the road. Like, let me park plenty, walk, don't go to, I will not follow them. Do you understand? When first I adult. And another time I would say, It's probably when, maybe when my brother was asking for money. Because you feel like I'm in university now, so you should have some money too. So you ask my mom or my daddy, you come and ask. I'm like, I don't know, I was saying, I'm like, I'm really someone's looking up to me too. You get it felt really nice, and it felt, like I'm so up to some task and responsibility. So yeah, it was a nice experience for me, I would say.
Okay, that's nice. For me, I feel like even me too, I have strict parents, and I feel like the first time I ever felt like an adult was when my parents started expecting more from me. Like, there's a point in your life where your parents is like, you need to do something, you need to do something better, you need to start acting like an adult, you need to start doing this, you need to start doing that. Like, when they started expecting more from me, that's when I felt like I was an adult. Even me, I always say that when I turned 18, I didn't feel like an adult, because maybe we will be like, oh, 18 is the age the age of an adult. But when I turned 18, I never felt like, oh, I'm an adult. I just felt like I felt normal. That's how I felt. But it was when my parents started expecting more from me. Like, they expect that I should have my own money. They expect that I should have my own thing, like something that I'm doing. Understand? So that was when I decided to feel like an adult, and I started having like pressure upon me. And I just, come on, I don't even tell your adults to do like this is a lot, but thank God, yeah.
And when you access your siblings' needs before your own needs, because you are using a big girl, you should do something by yourself now. You're an adult, you should be able to now figure out your things by yourself. When you have problems, it's like you can't do. Like before, when I was younger, after when we have anything, what happened? But now you're not an adult now.
You should know what to do. You should know what to do.
You know what to do. Exactly. I remember when I was having menstrual pain and I was rolling down. Like, listen.
You get
Exactly. I'm trying to when she was younger, she told me that when I was time she used to be on the floor rolling. But like me now, I'm doing the same thing now. She's not asking. Like, what do we eat? I'm like,
somehow, because I feel like when you're on your period, you should have more strength to do certain things. But come on, this thing is like a very.
I think their own time though. They're very, very, very delicate and they stick on themselves.
Something like you should also care for, because when you were in my own position, they were also taking care of you one way or the other.
To be honest, I feel like anytime we are on our periods, our parents should take over the house chores, because it's not easy. The pains that we are feeling is not easy. But anyway, we are strong girls now.
Exactly.
So,
and you have to just be educated.
Enjoy it. As we said, we've talked about our first time experiencing failure, spotlight, and adulthood. And I'm sure that there are more firsts that we also want to like talk about. But because of time, we'll be making it a part 1 and a part 2. So that means next week we'll have part 2. So look forward to it, because I actually enjoyed today's.
Me too.
It's really, really nice, like a change. So
our usual,
really nice, exactly. So that's really nice. Yeah.
So yeah, we've come to the end of today's episode on Curious Mind. Hope you enjoyed today's topic, because we did, and definitely we'll come up with another interesting topic. Actually, this same topic next week Thursday. So look forward to that. And don't also follow us on our social media platforms at View Radio Media on Facebook, Instagram. Thank you. I remain your host, Vanessa, with me.
Clara.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.